You must be the outsider. I will be your escort during your visit to the tower. Well, I think that is more the Domina's purview to answer that question. Our goal is to retake the great cities of the past from the grip of the unworthy. Raiders, the Legion, the Enclave, or any other wasteland tyrants. Portland, or rather the Frontier, is not high on the list of our cities to retake. However, the Domina is here for personal reasons. The tower was a fortuitous find, as it is filled with protectrons, terminals, and other electronics we can use to repair our equipment. Not to mention a protective force field around the entrance, and a few other delightful discoveries. Of the many rumors about House spread across the Mojave, Robco Tower seems to have been his fortress in the pre-war northwestern United States. I probably should stop here as the Domina is waiting. In a nutshell, I'm the person who acts on behalf of the Domina. I oversee visitors, low-level internal issues, and the garrison here at the tower. I am also the administrator responsible for maintaining the armory and protecting the tower, as well as the Abernathy cantonment. Very Greetings, my lady. It is my honor to present to you the stranger who found the rare Mormon psalmody. Please, take a seat with us.
Dear Lord, thank you for another day, and thank you for those gathered at this table, that thy blessings continue to bring us courage, prosperity, and strength. Welcome, stranger, to the tower, and more importantly, to our round table. As its name suggests, it has no head, for all who sit here have an equal voice.
For I view all men equal under the Lord, and that a man is most honest among his peers. With that said, I'm Dominion, leader of the Crusaders.
You are familiar with Castellan Clements already. So, ladies, if you would be so kind as to introduce yourselves.
I'm Charlene Young, Seneschal and head of the Sophers. The root word is Sophia, Greek for knowledge. One could say we're akin to doctors or scholars. We research into all known biomedical sciences, including genetics and old world pharmaceuticals. Perhaps most paramount is that we're all female.
Here we go.
Brigham Young taught that women should stand behind the counter, study law or medicine for the benefit of society. I am paraphrasing, of course.
Put some extra salt in that crock of shit before you try to serve it, Charlene. It might go down a little easier.
Must you really, Molly? Have you no respect for the sanctity of this table or our ways? I apologize.
Equal voice, remember, Charlene? I really wish you would stop trying to force your bullshit codes on the younger girls and tout it like it's gospel.
As a matter of fact, Molly, it might be regarded as gospel.
You really believe that stupid shit? Jesus.
Elijah must have fucked with your brains more than I thought.
How dare you?
Enough! I apologize for our sudden derailment. We will address this later, both of you. Now then, this is Molly, our chief mechanic and tech wizard. Now, if you will, please tell us how you came into possession of such a rare artifact. So this relic managed to survive the apocalypse in a public library? If anything, test... Well, how about access to the tower and our resources? Thank you. You have no idea how precious this is to us, to our cause. Now then, because of your deed, I grant you full access to the tower and membership in our order. This is true. I was there on that godforsaken day. Wraiths of the battle still haunt me. Cannons. Death screams. The stink of death. All of it. I nearly died there, entombed in broken power armor. Rivulets of my blood ran from the joints onto the parched earth. My pride was as broken as my body. But death did not come. As the crows circled above and the sun threatened, I managed to get free and crawl on my belly to a safe patch of grass. Tended my wounds, watching the NCR rejoice. I should have died given the amount of blood loss, but it seems God had other plans. I found a duffel bag under a Joshua tree, containing medical supplies and some clean water. I hid there the whole day convalescing. At dusk, I jammed a Medex in my leg and tossed my holotags in with a pile of others. I was too ashamed to return to the Brotherhood, so I left the Mojave for a new beginning elsewhere. Eventually, I bought a set of T-45 from a merchant. Didn't seem right for him to have it. And found New Canaan. It was there I was chosen by Heaven. Crowned by God to become his judge. The protector of his people on Earth. You could say I've become a paladin now in the truest sense. For what purpose? To become a relic hunter? To worship idols of the old world? They believe they're the only ones with a right to it. How misguided. We are all God's children, and thus our duty is to provide basic human rights to everyone. A right to freedom, a right to life, a right to serenity. My mission now is to restore those rights, to rebuild the grand old world cities. It can be done. Shady Sands, New Canaan. It just requires the will. I do. Looks are deceiving. The NCR is a poorly trained ragtag lot whose only true strength is number. Besides, I have God on my... On our journey to the frontier, we came across an untouched military armory in Idaho. It had been stocked with prototype equipment, water, and MREs. All of our current equipment is from there. Chance? Luck? Neither. The provisions were given as a sign from the Lord. He wants us to save his creation. I saw him order the execution of his wounded men. What kind of man does that? The Lord says, "Vengeance is mine, I shall repay." I'm his sword, swift and dauntless. Blackthorn will answer for his crimes against humanity. His crimes against the Brotherhood, against those innocent fallen soldiers. Very well. We will begin the adoubement. Step this way, please. Right in front of me. Praise be to the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle. By his name do I ask of you this solemn vow. To strive for justice, to banish all evil from our land, and to vanquish all tyranny attempting to ensnare our world. This is my cause. What say you? Very well. By the powers vested in me by the Lord, I grant you the station of man-at-arms and entrance into our sacred order. Accept these gifts. As promised, you now have full access to the tower. The pass card will disable the force fields so you may come and go as you please. As a new member, I present you with these garments and a sidearm. Your food rations can be collected from the trunk in the R&D floor cafeteria. My last request is that, as a member of our order, you help the others around here in their time of need. With that said, this meeting is over.
Hello again. This advanced medical research lab was abandoned prior to the war. Odd enough for a robotics company to be involved in such an undertaking. But this is only a soup con of the strangeness. It seems that someone tried to ransack the place, but settled for smashing all the terminals and burn them along. Someone didn't want whatever was going on up here to be perhaps a revelation they felt impeded upon the works of God. Perhaps something as terrible as learning to split the atom. My mind churns with the possibilities. For the more my Sophers investigate, the more secrets this seemingly innocuous building harbors. We're attempting to piece together the purpose of research done here, but all that's left is evidence of a power surge caused the robotic dissection suites to reactivate, and I wasn't always this dour. Once I was a brilliant, vivacious young scribe. After the Battle of Helios 1, I was wounded by a rad scorpion as we fled towards Earth. I'd always looked upon him like a grandfather. He seemed particularly taken with me and another girl, Veronica. As he carried me away, I believed the darkest moment in my life. While he repaired my body, Elijah had other designs for my brain. Specifically for my pineal. Apparently, he'd taken a fondness to me because of my gift, and wanted to enhance it cybernetically. The surge. I don't know how many days had passed, only that it was several. He raved about not having the proper tech, but that he knew where to find it. Elijah abandoned me. I never heard from him. The last round of surgery damaged me. My amygdala, specifically. I've worked with the Domina and Clements to restore them, but it's like perhaps one. As a teen, I discovered I could, know things via nasty shocks of electricity. I owe my impulsivity to fix an old terminal for the revelation. Tasha believes the ability is a gift from God, something about biblical prophets having similar powers. Me? I have a more mundane explanation. Pretty sure, being a scribe, my mother was exposed to some FEV residue, or heavy radiation, from old pieces of tech, before she knew she was pregnant. A lot of babies in my bunker had birth defects around the time I was born. So, put two and two together. It's more like visions of what another person around me is feeling. It works both ways. With enough concentration, I can make another feel a certain way. You can imagine why Elijah wanted to save me. What a mass-scale weaponized version of my power would do to the NCR morale. That is disheartening. I always imagined watching the life dim in his eye. Still, accolades to you for wiping that filth from this world. Have a good day, and stay safe out there.
Hey, newbie, what can I do for you? Ha! If that half-ass interpretation of Brigham Young wasn't enough of a clue, I'd call it the Brotherhood exegesis of Mormonism. Just a shallow imitation, getting more injections from the Codex with each passing year. If you want to meet real Mormons, you'll... That's goddamn Charlene for you. She takes this shit way too seriously. Equal means equal, or am I fucking stupid? Women don't need special job. Being a woman doesn't define me. Being the best fucking mechanic in the waste does. It might be a sin, but say the devil walked through those doors. If he challenged me to a fixing duel, he'd walk away crying, redder than a smacked ass for being dumb enough to fuck with old Molly and... That's me, Molly Callaghan, Chief Engineer and Technology Wizard. I oversee the repair of our power armor and... Now this goddamn Robco joint is a gold mine of technology. I would have killed to work here if I was an old worlder. This... I don't give a rat's ass if it's pre-war or I don't. All right then.
It's a pleasure to see you again. Circle of Steel. Here. I'd say they're hunting the NCR moles. It's a pleasure to see you again. A warrior's life changes a woman. I've spent years sleeping on floors or in the dirt. But this... God has spoken, and this is the verdict. The sins of the old world, the Legion are the living embodiment of that stain. Yet even in darkness there is light. A spark to cleanse the world of the sins of the... I am that light. The light that shall burn away the demons of this world. Shall thrust back into hell the wicked, the deranged, the abominations. I will ensure they are so utterly erased from the world, from history, that not even in the darkest corner of hell is the name of Caesar whispered. Farewell.
Oh! Hey! I totally wasn't spying on you. Nope. Just wanted to talk to the Domina about, stuff. Oh, I'm America. You could say I started being a Sopher, but it was boring science crap, so now I'm just kinda here, trying to find my path. But don't tell Charlene. She's pretty scary despite the whole cultish lobotomy thing. Shh! Not so loud! No, it's nothing like that. It's a personal thing. But I guess talking about it won't hurt, right? Was Midwestern Brotherhood. I was kicked out when they discovered I was a mutant. I believe freak of nature is what the elder yelled at me. They should have known! I mean, how many Asian girls have bonny red hair? But my mutation is a little different from that. It's not like a ghoul, super mutant, or Charlene's empathic powers. This is a disease old world humans had. Congenital analgesia. I can't feel pain. So yeah, my mom hid it pretty well, until I was like 15 and broke my hand doing scribe stuff. I dropped an engine block on it and didn't even yelp. Nothing freaked people out more than seeing a teenage girl with her left hand flapping in the wind, and everything changed. My dad seemed really sad, heartbroken. The next day, my parents and I walked out into the Dust Bowl to get a fallen satellite. Sorry. They just left me there. I cried for my mom, but she wouldn't even turn around to look at me. They just kept walking. After they were out of view, I tried to follow their footsteps in the dirt, hoping to find them. But the Dust Bowl is huge. A black blizzard was coming, so I hid in an old bus stop until it passed. I never found them again. I headed west and eventually wandered into a supermart looking for food. I was in bad shape, but had no idea other than being thirsty and hungry. Molly found me while she was ripping apart the coolers for spare parts. It was like a sign. Another Asian girl with red hair. Molly gave me some water and a fancy lad, and walked me back to the Crusader camp nearby. So here I am, I guess. For now. We are all children of God, is what the Domina says, and I know that she loves me. And Molly too, but I am a freak. My own parents left me. I tried being a sofer like my friends, but I just didn't like it. A total snooze fest. Charlene was pissed. It got bad around here for a few days. All women should be sofers, Charlene said at the round table meeting. Molly told her she was an old fogey and to stick it square up her ass. Funny, because I think Charlene is like 5 years older than Molly at most. All that aside, deep down, I believe I might get left again, you know? Just one little mess up and, well, yeah. I can't talk about this anymore. I'll see you around the tower.
Hey, newbie. What can I do for? This again, eh? Poor kid. Her parents must have been total assholes to do that to her. Come on, let's go put a cap on this before it gets any worse.
trash bin. She's perfectly okay. She was just lying there, wanting someone to find her and love her. I call her Lily. If I ever have a baby girl, I'm going to call her Lily too. That was the name of the nice old lady that gave me sweet rolls in my old bunker.
Hey, America. The newbie here tells me you got upset in the hall. We're talking about your folks again, huh?
Yeah, bad memories. And, well,
Come on, America. Talk to me, sweetheart.
you don't think I'm garbage, right, Molly? I mean, you wouldn't leave me, right?
Never. I swear on my heart and my favorite wrench. You know how much I love that old thing. But you know what? I love you even more. Understand?
I guess. I mean, I love you, Molly. That's fun. I'm so scared to be kicked out again.
I love you too. And you're not useless. In fact, I have a job for you. See this old holodisc? I picked it up at that old Air Force base we visited. It has an awesome prototype weapon on it. But I need to print blueprints to build it. Now, this place doesn't have a printer, so I need someone to find one and print it out for me. So, how about you and the newbie hunt down a printer? I really need it, and everyone will appreciate it.
Well, I'll do it. Thanks for cheering me up, Molly. So, let's get to finding this printer.
Stay out of trouble, and come back safe, kid.
So, here's the disc. My friend Clara, a surfer in the camp, talked about this goofy print shop sign she saw called the Black Yak. We could start there.
Hey, newbie, what can I do for you?
Welcome to the tower stairs. As long as you're a Crusader, you'll never have to worry about a leg day again. That's for sure.
Welcome, young blood. I can offer you a variety of weaponry and aim. Young folk always in a hurry, but these old bones could do with less stare. Bring me this stuff. I'll pass it to Jen. Welcome, young blood. I can offer. I'd love to talk your ear off with my old man stories, but I got work to do before my arthritis kicks in. Welcome, young blood. It's all been squared away, unthunked and polished like trophies by the mechanics. Take a look. Welcome, young blood. You sure do.
No ink, huh? Well, this is a print shop. Maybe there is something here to make ink with. Let's look around. Stinks like brom and poop. How can you work in here all day?
What's good, my friend? What?
Another Gentile. Great. I was exiled, more or less. If they... Not much. You...